Hey guys, Ian Flanagan, eXp Realty in Dallas, Texas. And on this week's Freedom Friday Mastermind, we have Jim Huang, who is the president of eXp Commercial. He's going to be sharing his extensive background in commercial real estate, Wall Street. He's also going to be talking about what's coming down the pike in the future for eXp Commercial and all the tools and systems and benefits that eXp Commercial can offer agents and brokers. So if you're in residential and you're really looking to make a step into commercial, he talks about the training and the collaboration that they have available right now to help you make that transition. But more importantly, he's going to pull the curtains back and just share the story about where eXp Commercial is going in the future and the benefits to agents and brokers all around the world. So if you have any questions or comments, type those in below, and I hope you enjoy the interview.
Yeah, Jim. So let's take it away. So let's just kind of share your success stories and your resume, and then why you joined eXp and some of the goals and what you've done over here at eXp since you've been here. So let's take it all the way back. Let's hear from Jim. Go ahead, bud.
Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for this opportunity to share and talk to everyone. And, happy Friday. It's so exciting to be here. One of the things, so it's kind of the story, went to school, thought I was going to be a doctor, went to Wall Street finance. So I'm a numbers guy, have been always a numbers guy, analytical. So I love that. So working at Dean Witter back in the day, learning the numbers, learning the grind, right? Having the hard work ethics is one of the biggest things I would say by being part of that Wall Street world, and then went into portfolio management, not real estate portfolio management, but portfolio management with securities. So when I went back to the West Coast, I went to a private equity group, and I would say for those old schoolers that have been around, SCI, so I worked under Bob Rabati, the largest TIC syndicator in the country back, I would say when it first started, back in 95 is where he kind of started it. I joined the company in 98 to help them do some analytical work, do some marketing, whatever Bob wanted, the CEO. But from that time, while I was looking at these buildings for Bob, analyzing, it was all these buildings that he was syndicating and putting together from one company, Marcus and Millichap. So from Marcus and Millichap, I say, hey, I'm looking at all these big checks. You're paying these brokers by looking at these deals. So I say, hey, you know what? That's pretty good. Bob was always acting as a principal when he bought the building. So I saw the checks and I said, you know what? I want to cut my teeth at Marcus. Bob said, hey, you know what, Jim? We hate to see you go, but we understand if you want to be your own broker, learning from the best, Marcus is the place to do it. So I went to Marcus and Millichap, and I loved it there, really thrived, making the calls, doing the relationship, making the proposals. And I will say a light bulb kind of went on, started syndicating, buying buildings to a point where I realized I was free and I wasn't a broker anymore, but I was a principal that I left to form my first company. For those that of you that were in Southern California, I formed BRC Advisors, where I did form the first company really because of culture. I wanted to work with the best commercial brokers. A lot of my friends at M&M and other firms that we did deals together. Most of my deals were done with my friends. And that's the way commercial works, right? It's this circle of relationship. We started doing deals together, but we found out many other commercial brokers wanted to join a good culture. Hard work was just part of the game. We all knew we all work hard. We all put in 12, 14, 16-hour days in the beginning when we first started. Maybe we cruised a little. We were on the golf course or on the yacht or at the country clubs doing other stuff as business grew, right? But in the beginning, we were grinding, right, the business. But eventually, from BRC Advisors, having this company, and this is one things that I learned why in coming over to eXp, building a brokerage model with success. I started from syndicating, doing my own brokerage with my own team, to a point where I grew the company into 5 offices, 2 satellite offices with 180 commercial brokers doing about $2 billion in sales every year. Wow. Very big operation. So my freedom was gone. I was literally doing agent disputes. We know this is a business. You got to put it in writing. Whatever changes you do, put it in writing. My biggest disputes, right? We all know that we're broker owners dealing with agents that didn't put it in writing, and you had to choose and try to figure out who the commission went to, the changes, the buy side, all these crazy things. So literally, while I joined and why I formed my first company, changed. the success really hurt. And then bigger, as our company grew very large, the 2009 recession hit. And that's really when it changed my mindset of giving back, being of service, helping out, trying to have diversity. So those women are the best in commercial real estate. So don't be afraid. So you always hear Stephanie talking on the call. We do want to help more women get into commercial real estate, people that are not served in commercial and represented, but also younger people, those that are younger. We have something for you in commercial real estate. So by getting through the recession, I realigned myself because I've always liked to give back, serve, help other people. But I went really full force in commercial, giving back, diversity, really including everyone and opportunity. So much so, even right now we're partnering with FFA and we're going to go to I think the large event is in, it's either Houston or San Antonio, Pat. So I may be there with the FFA president because
Awesome.
FFA is the largest landowners and it is going through a large transition. So it's partnering with everyone, collaborating with everyone, bringing it all together. So we are working as one country, one world together, helping each other create opportunities. So I would say after realignment, after I thought I was retired at 36, had to go back to work, but pulled myself back up, got a new priority and passion to serve others and grow a bigger mission. It's what got me back up, kept grinding away until I was very fortunate to partner with Rand Sperry, who started Sperry Van Ness as his new president. And we put a lower cost franchise model. So I understand the franchise and franchise paperwork, how to put it together. Well, we grew around 70 to 80 franchise offices around the country, had some international presence. And that was the point where I hoped growing the Sperry brand with eXp, we were going to put something together. But, COVID hit, eXp was that close to going ahead and taking Sperry. But during the COVID time, we were going to do an earn-out. So we went through a restructuring, a different way of putting the platform together. And instead, they brought me over to run commercial. But this is what I told them. This is a big one. And this is the big one for Realty too. It's not brokerage anymore. Brokerage is a commission compression, right? If we always say from the brokerage business, from those that have been around, we used to always get 6% commission, no questions asked. Now it's like, well, we're going to give you 2, maybe 3, split with the other side. I'll do it for half a point. That's when all these discount brokers started popping up. Commission compression is real in our industry, especially in realty and residential. It's also happening in commercial. Expenses are all going up. So that, this model with eXp made a lot of sense. So with that, I said, I don't want to just grow a commercial brokerage company. I want to add these ancillary services so we can make more dollars in the company and we can build to reinvest and put more services and systems and help our brokers become the best. Because, and why eXp? Blank canvas, no bad habits. I had the opportunity to join most of the residential companies in the commercial leadership or run it all, or be in the executive suite for most of these commercial firms. I said no, mostly because I wrote an analysis, a SWOT analysis, and my recommendations of how you can grow the company. The issues with everyone else's company, there were structures and systems and bad habits, right? They didn't know how to get more into a line with tech innovation, technology integration, right, of how this works. So I said, no, I don't want to do this, but I told them why and what they needed to do. And I'll just tell everyone here this. If people say, this is the way it is, run away, because don't believe that. There's always another and better way to do things. You know what I mean? We all know that. And that's why eXp is so open-minded, so collaborative. We're always finding another way of doing something. We don't take no for an answer. So, that was kind of my why eXp. It was a blank canvas, maybe harder, but to create something very special, very new. And we always say we're going to change the way commercial real estate's done, just like what realty's done. We're going to change the way commercial looks, because a lot of times it's, a certain demographic, a certain way, a certain age. There's a lot of old folks. So we want to get a lot more women, a lot more diversity, a lot more people that are younger into this commercial business, and to teach you not only on the brokerage angle, but also on the capital markets, the asset facility management, those that want to be property managers, those that want to be valuation with MAI appraisers, those that want to be project managers, those that want to be site selection, to a point where you may do private money lending. You may also put in securities like the tenant in common or DSTs. So many things that commercial touches and builds, it creates this big opportunity, Pat. So that's kind of my background in a nutshell, and why I came to eXp.
I love it. No, that's absolutely amazing. And I love your passion. I love your energy. I mean, you're just a fun person to be around. And you know, every single time I talk to you, man, I just have a big old smile on my face, because you just, you love what you do, you know, and you can definitely tell you're very passionate about this. You're here to help us, and you know, you're always there. I know you're a busy guy, and you know, you've got a lot on your plate, but you know, let's kind of walk through you know, the process of whenever you join eXp and kind of your vision. What's your vision for commercial? Because I know you kind of stepped in at a leadership position as a president for commercial whenever we really didn't have a commercial division, and now you're actually growing that. So what is your, you know, what's your vision for the commercial side, for the commercial division? You know, how many commercial agents do we have right now? And then let's just kind of walk through the process, you know, so we can educate a lot of the residential agents, because I know they're wanting to start talking and start attracting commercial agents, and you know, maybe kind of educate us on you know, how to do that. But yeah, so let's kind of talk about the vision of commercial.
Yeah, and I will stay online, because I will share a deck to help everyone recruit those that are in eXp. QR code. So those that have seen me in Cabo, and the sprint was fantastic for the elevation of commercial and really showing what we're really achieving, right? So that was the thing. So I was brought over to eXp to run commercial, I would say September, when I transitioned from Sperry over to commercial. Glenn said, let's set up commercial. To be honest, now I can say it now, we had a website. That's what we had. We only had a website.
Yes.
We didn't even have most of the states. I was with Realty because commercial in California wasn't registered or set up December 31st. 2020 was when it was live. So I finally joined eXp Commercial when I was at Realty first. And see, so it was just a website. So I would just say from that time, like those that were in Realty, and they know from the other great companies, you know, all of them are friends that own most of the residential companies, very close friends. So, you know, what we had to do is do it different, right? Not just a website, not just a resi-mercial. And that's not actually a bad term, because you can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. You could do both well. It's those that don't do either well that are the problem, right? We know that, but there are people here that do both residential and commercial well. So coming over is, we got the website, we're trying to squeak, get the resources, you know, because of eXp. I think when I came over, we were at 65,000 or maybe below that, about 60,000, where the big push was always the residential and agent count. But we knew commercial was quality of agents, the agents that could plug in to create more opportunities. So really came around April 1st is where we had licensing in all 45 states, not even all 50, but 45 states. From there, we got our marketing director. We still didn't get all the marketing we wanted. And we started just kind of building from what we had, doing all these virtual 3-ways. I mean, literally, Stephanie and I, we were on 40 calls a week, easy.
Oh, I know it. Yep.
Yeah, we were on a lot of calls with many of you and everyone else. It really changed when COVID started subsiding, that we could start doing live events. Well, we knew commercial was a contact sport, and we had to get back with CCIM, SIOR, ICSC, you know, and all the other big trade organizations, right? NAR, we were part of C5. So we had to get back greeting, telling our stories, having a booth, being present to get people to be at least, who are you guys, right? And while many companies scaled back on their marketing exposure, we started putting it on full throttle to going out and being present at all these events, so they do at least see who we are. Maybe they don't understand us, but they see us. So from then, we did grow, and I would say at the end of this year, very good success for us. We had about 506 commercial brokers. So on an agent count, we ranked number 11 under Kidder Matthews. And if you look, and I'll share a deck when I can after this, to show how fast we got agent count. And I would just say this too. They're like, oh, you got agents because they do residential commercial. Remember this. eXp Commercial is a separate company from Realty. So they can't say, like many of our friends' company in residentials, they're franchised, they put them all together saying, this is our commercial. We know one of the big companies got in trouble for merging their numbers into Realty, saying, we did all of this, because commercial first from NAR's numbers, from a very, very tiny piece. Commercial has so much volume of dollars and numbers that they represent 50% of the dollar volume and everything in commercial, even though they may represent a blip at NAR, right? If you look at these numbers. So a lot of people love to roll these numbers in to say, oh yeah, our average volume is this, right? But it really isn't. Commercial is separate from Realty. So that is one of the big plays. We are not franchise, we are corporate. That is a big deal in commercial real estate, because that means you can do portability. We are one command and control. We share information with everyone. Commercial needs stronger organization. Those that are siloed, franchise, or independent realize there's this bigger world domestically and internationally that you need to plug into. So with these advantages in commercial, we are not franchise, we're corporate, right? We also can communicate with everyone. We are also virtual, so our value cost prop, 80-20, capping at 20,000. Very similar to residential models and even beating them. So in commercial, they never heard about that. But they're like, well, that's fine. But if you don't have the tools and the people, we don't want to be with you.
Right.
For 250, we have probably the best tech suites and discounted tech, and more tech is coming. I would say every quarter you're seeing new tech come into the eXp Commercial, more data, more ways of integrating the different systems that we're putting into the company that we will be launching and rolling out in Q2 to show how everyone at eXp can monetize, right? Can bring in getting a referral, because we're also not under RESPA laws, right? Residential, you got to follow these rules and laws. Commercial is buyer beware. Bring your attorneys, get your attorneys to check you off all the time, right? Bring in other experts. So because of that, we are built like the corporate companies, CBRE, JLL, Eastdil. The top 5 companies are structured the way we are. I would say the bottom 5 are usually franchise, regional, or independents, depending on your market. So the way we're structured is aligned for success. And this is what I told many people. Since we're separate, we got true commercial practitioners, and we started ranking from all these companies that have been, let's say, 100 years or at least 50 years plus.
Wow.
What's the slowest now? Usually if you go fast and successful, we will grow until we hit a point where we hit a plateau, and we need to adjust our organization structures and other structures to be more efficient, right? We always call that growing pains, right? You hit a ceiling, you can't bust through the ceiling, you got to grow a new structure, way of organizing. But by technology and the way we're putting things together, we can grow and scale to that point. So by growing to being top 15, number 11 on agent count, most likely we are going to enter into number 6 or 7. I would say 6 to 8 is a good bet by year 2.
Wow.
That's year
awesome.
2.
Love it.
And what we're building to in commercial is we're starting, because of our excitement growth, Canada, very big groups want to come over with us. So those that like to attract in Mexico too.
All right.
Out to friends, because we are coming hopefully to Canada and Mexico, North America, and putting strategic relationships around the world in commercial, because they see the success. Year 1, proof of concept. They see what we've done. They are excited. They don't want to lose out, right? So everyone says commercial is like what Realty was. So everyone that says, oh, if I were only there, when eXp started, I would have been a millionaire. I would have been.
Right. Well, yeah.
You got it here in commercial. So don't say that again, right, Pat?
Yep.
Everyone here, you have the potential in eXp Commercial for 2 years. I would say in the US to grab all you can grab. And I would say grabbing it is to share.
Right.
Share the live events. Share the eXp symposiums that we're putting together. So, that's kind of what we're building on a service. We are putting a capital markets team working through RealNext, and we're offering RealNext to Realty agents so you can plug into the commercial system. We do have it for those that are eXp Commercial into build out. We're going to start putting it in build out. So there's going to be, as you put your buy side or your sell side going after a listing information in, it's going to automatically populate debt quotes. It's going to give you, title reports. It's going to give you property tax assessments. So you can now, as you're inputting this as a sales tool, talk to your clients. Has anyone did a test or an assessment on your property? Yeah, I already know what my property is worth. Well, do you think how well your property is working, right? From a property management, from an insurance P&C, from a tax reassessment. I mean, literally, we're automating all of this through our different technology and other systems. So that's the exciting thing, is growing internationally for 2022 in North America and adding a couple new cool services to help our company grow. So I'll stop there now, Pat. If there's some questions, but stay online, because I want to help everyone attract. Oh,
absolutely.
If you're interested in commercial, LinkedIn is where we're all at. I do want to figure out how we can use other social media, but LinkedIn is how you reach out to commercial agents.
I love it. I love it. So now let's educate the agents here. So, obviously with Realty, we use the Brent Go video to share it with, agents about eXp. So now, how do we share the model with commercial agents? What's the best way? What's the process? I know you guys are doing, weekly, presentations, via Zoom. Is there a video out there that we can share? Is there a slide deck out there that we can send, to these commercial agents? Because I know it's, it's kind of the same, but it's a little bit different. Obviously, 80-20 split, $20,000 cap, for the commercial, and then obviously all of the, the tech that you guys give, to these commercial agents. What's the best way to share eXp commercial with these commercial agents?
Yeah. So I would say the best way is, get our most current deck, because like I said, we keep innovating, we keep growing, we keep creating on a monthly basis. So you always look for the latest video on eXp Commercial Explained on YouTube. We've done 60 plus videos. You also look at our most current eXp deck. And one thing I learned from Sprint is, from Mike Sherrod, one of these very good attractors, learn the material. Please.
That's right. That's right.
And then I forgot, Hank. Hank. Everyone knows Hank.
Oh,
Hank
yeah, Hank. We love Hank.
Don't bother leadership and drag him in the weeds with the what if questions. Learn your material before you bring in seniors, because we should be brought in to help you close.
Right.
Like with Alan, with JJ, and then with Jason, when we're there and they're teed up and they ask the buy questions, our team and others now, as we're growing, will help you close them, right? But at least through the funnel is,
damn, I'm on the video that I wasn't.
Try to invite them to one of the videos and get them involved into one of our events, right? That's the best way to engage us in a very harmless manner. Like, here's the deck, here's some information on the video, or come to our symposium or live events like at CCIM. And this is the thing, if you go onto LinkedIn, everyone, if you can go onto LinkedIn and go to eXp Commercial, join it, like it, and invite yourself to the events. The next one is the big one. There's a CCIM. If everyone knows anyone in Charlotte, invite them to this event in Charlotte. We will see them at CCIM. The big one is the symposium that we do every quarter. You just drip on your contacts to invite them. And this is the biggest thing about LinkedIn. If you invite them, you can only invite about 500, let's say a month. You can go to the filter and choose in the location, if they're real estate, if they're commercial real estate, if they're finance, you can kind of filter and choose 500, or the people you like, or the people you are after, invite them, right? And then this is how you know how to drip on them. It will say accepted. Once they accept, that's really your lead, because other people could have invited them from eXp, but when they say accepted, they only get accepted once. If you send this out, so this should be everyone's routine to see when we have events. When everyone says receive, that means no other person could invite them. It's already, they received somebody else's invite. That is your lead now. So always look at our commercial events to invite them, and obviously through relationship, if they don't know you, you blind spam people, they're not going to accept it. But if they see it from a friend, most likely they're going to accept it. So you at least know from something you were sending out, there is an interest. But I would say that is the best way. Send the deck, share the events that we're doing live or virtual, and invite them to our Thursday events, of eXp Explained. And I'll even say this, in our eXp Commercial Explained, we have interviews. That's what we knew, which was the biggest selling point. Somebody that we interview is going to resonate with that local individual, whether they were independent, whether they were from the big firms, whether they were a CPA, MBA lawyer that joined us, whether they joined from the capital markets, a second career that joined, whether they were a retiree with a license but loved commercial that had a ton of contacts. Somebody in the eXp Commercial Explained that we interviewed will resonate with somebody for whatever reason. We try to get a diverse group, everyone that comes from a specific area. So you just send them that, oh, I got somebody that joined eXp. They're going to tell you their why and how come, and how eXp in a couple short months, or even sometime a short month, how it's changed their lives that quick in commercial because of the lead gen, the referrals of new agents to be their junior brokers, or the collaboration of all of these good commercial practitioners that joined. So you could be in the same place, because most of us, we are experts at one field of commercial real estate. We don't try to do leasing if we're not leasing broker. We don't try to do something we're not. We're not in the right geography. We start sending referrals out. So one of the biggest things is commercial brokers are referring to other commercial brokers. So that is also very important to tell as a lead gen, a cost structure, being corporate, not franchise, portability, because we are corporate, besides turf states. These are so many big wins. And the only big ones that they're saying is, but we're getting past it. You're not brick and mortar, you're virtual. Most people kind of overcame that during COVID. The other thing is you're a newco. Yes, we're a newco with all superstars. So what does that mean, right? If we brought a new startup football, basketball team, but I took every one of the top 5 or the top 2 from every single team, we're going to be pretty badass.
That's right. That's right. I love it. I love it. And real quick, I see my man JJ there real quick. I want to bring JJ on here real quick. JJ, you want to unmute yourself real quick? If you guys don't know this powerhouse, man, he's an amazing eXp commercial agent here in San Antonio, came from that great company, Keller Williams Commercial. And JJ, just kind of share your success story, why you joined eXp, the process, and how easy it was to work with Jim and get all your questions answered.
Well, these two dudes right here, you and Jimmy are the reason that I'm on here, along with Alan, which is on the call too. Patty, we met, we talked about commercial, and you said, I remember after our first call, I said, you know what, let me get you a Zoom with Jimmy Wang. And I was like, once I met Jimmy, it was game over. It was as a commercial agent, when you can talk at that high level with any kind of a commercial agent that's been with a brokerage that takes a lot and also gives a lot, but takes a lot, and you can show them like, hey, we don't take as much, and then you can do your own thing. And then the fact, and I don't think anyone understands in this call, the fact, and by the way, Jimmy, thank you so much for meeting with Jason Keys. He's coming on, by the way. Jimmy helped me bring on this guy that has a brokerage in like 4 different states. Once you can explain to a commercial agent that's competent that not only can you grow your business on this platform with all the tools that you're given by any other brokerage, and you can kind of work all over the United States, because Jimmy is structured the entire system where, like he said, unless the state doesn't allow you to work there, Jimmy's signing off on deals. So imagine having a relationship with a landlord that has like a huge diversity of portfolio all over the United States. You can help them lease it out. You can start to help bring on a team that's on the national level. It's something that no one's ever really seen before. And the cost of $20,000, I know it sounds, to a residential agent, it sounds like a lot, but $20,000 in commercial is nothing. And with you keep expenses low and you keep product and help high, and with someone like Jimmy leading the ship, it's game over. If anyone wants to grow their revenue share, like Jimmy said, it's the Wild West. Right now, we are in California during the gold rush. This is the time to learn the product, like Jimmy says, go after players from all over. As me and Jimmy Huang here, I'm in Texas. We got this guy, Jason Keys, out of LA. I mean, it's not hard, because this model works. Like he said, you got to learn it though. You have to learn every aspect of it. Just like residential agents know their product when they go into a listing appointment. I do nothing but watch Jimmy videos all day long. So he's my favorite face to look at, by the way.
I love it, man. Well, great testimonial, JJ, man. I'm so happy that you're here. And, it was a smooth process. We met with JJ. We met with this team. We answered all of their questions that I could. And then, you know what? I had to pass it off to the expert. And who's the expert? It was Jim. And, he took it from there. And we got them closed and got them on board. And we're having a lot of fun, man. And so just welcome to the family, JJ. And if you guys don't, if you guys don't know how to attract, commercial agents, get with somebody that knows, like JJ. He knows how to talk to the commercial agents. He knows he'll help you guys. And so don't try and do it alone. Don't try and do it by yourself. And so that's why, Alan brought me in and I answered all the questions that I could. And then, then it was time for me to pass it off to Jim. I teed it up, answered all the questions. And then after that, Jim took it from there and we got him closed. So welcome to the family, JJ. I love it.
Yeah, I love the family, the generations. This is like now with Jason, 4 generations of our family, right? So this is exciting and it's not rocket science, right? If you just learn the steps and process and don't try to do it yourself, right. Involve us, invite us, and we can definitely help you. Not perfect, right? Remember, we only start year 1, but more and more is coming. But I did see a question.
Yep.
So I would say I knew eXp residential for a long time through, our mutual friend, Pat, with Tom Trong.
Yes.
I stealthily was watching all of you guys for a long time. When I was at Sperry, I said, we should form a holding company. Rand, you have all this private equity stuff. We should do a roll up, right? And go public too with the holding company. So, with Tracy and Scott and everyone that I was spying on you guys to learn because that's what I tell everyone. Be open-minded.
That's it.
You learn creativity from wherever you find it. So I just had to bring that up. So I saw a question, very involved in NAR and everything else, but you know what? Always be open-minded.
That's right. That's right. Let's see. I see Tony, you got your hand up right there. Looks like you might be at Home Depot shopping or whatever, but I'm glad that you still joined us here. Go ahead if you got a question for Jim.
Yeah. Good morning, and thanks for taking this question here. So, what about like independent brokers and commercial, and what are the things that they're honing in on? The ones that are coming over, what are they seeing that they really love about the model?
Yeah, independent are most likely the easiest and hardest in a way because they always want control. But I say, what do you really want to control? The liability, the E&O fee, the renegotiating? Why did you get to everyone's motivation? Why did you join? I want to grow. I want to make money. I just want to do this. I want to grow a team. Well, yes, that's all the growth part. And we handle all of the back office system, negotiate the tools, have our DMBs, which are great. So everyone give them a pat on the back. They're very overworked because they're the ones with our legal team to go into depositions and other issues. So why did you grow? Well, and they're going to say, we wanted to grow our company, want to grow our business, want to be an entrepreneur, but they didn't want to do operations, crossing T's, dotting I's, going through lawsuits. And a lot of time is independent cost structure. If you look at their balance sheet, they say, I keep 100%. Yes, but how much do you spend? 80-20, capping at $20, $250. Could you get all of these services that we're telling you, and also the healthcare if you want to sign up? Could you get all of these tech tools at this price? And a lot of times it's no. Right. You couldn't get built out. You can't get Reonim. You can't get enriched data. You can't get all of these tools. Plus you're siloed that you could get tons of referrals. I know I'm passing our mutual friend, Seth Prescott. Oh my gosh, he's just been getting referrals.
Yes. Yeah, he's a big dog here in San Antonio. Yep.
Right. So that's the biggest thing. It's not only on a cost expense, thinking bigger, doing what you don't want to do. You want to not do operations. You want to do growth, but also the referrals, and the referrals are real because we have such a large realty company and we have some of the best commercials that are coming and technology. People are referring. So if you don't mind, Pat, if I could share the screen, because I would like to, as we're closing out, help everyone get as much information. This is what I shared in Cabo and to Sprint. So if you didn't make it there, get your cameras out because this is a QR code time.
Love it. Yep. Go ahead. Yeah, you got access. And then after this, then we've got another question. Kevin, I'll get to you here in a second though. But yeah, go ahead and Jim, go ahead and share your screen.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hold on. So I'll just go through it. This is one of the quick ones as we ranked with true commercial companies like we are. We're structured, not franchised. Some of these is where we kind of rank year one. in this large world. But don't worry, I'm going to give you a QR code so you can get all this information. This is the value prop that we look on the residential, independent company, traditional commercial companies, the big houses, and the eXp value prop. We will drill down, dig deeper, as eXp is going to create a handbook where it comes to marketing, all these tools, everything you can share to make it easy for commercial brokers. So this is just a history timeline, but everyone will have it. We've been getting in the news. So one of the big things people says, we've never heard about you. Where's all the news? More and more, we're helping our brokers, our best leaders, and what we're innovating and making change in the real estate industry, commercial real estate industry. We are going to start sharing much more. So all of you will have these access to the different publications and links, so you can share it with those that you know that you want to attract. This is just the basic eXp commercial model. We do this every Thursday. Everyone can get that. But I want to get to the big things to help all our commercial agents. We do help new agents get trained. Everyone understands rev share, most of us, Casey Conway and everything. This is what you use. Scan the QR code, because this is our next big commercial symposium coming up April 25th to 26th, that you can invite people on LinkedIn and share it. I think we have a question, Pat.
Yep. Let's see. Was that Kevin? Kevin, you there?
Yes, sir.
All
How's
right,
everybody?
So go ahead, fire away.
James, I love your energy, first off.
Yes.
So I've been in residential real estate for 5 years now, and honestly, I'm burnt out with it. Before real estate, I was B2B business sales, so I have a ton of contacts in the business world, which I've helped them a lot with their personal sales. But as a residential agent that has dabbled in commercial but doesn't know enough about it to be super dangerous like you, what is there good training if I wanted to get into this realm a lot thicker?
Kevin, yes. And what we are trying to do with University and everyone else is to offer the bridge to our Realty brothers and sisters to help them understand commercial, whether it's transaction, leasing, Kevin, or business opportunities. So because of your relationship with all these owners of businesses, you probably want to take the class with IBBA, which if you scan the deck, and later on we'll have it, IBBA is the International Business Broker Association. They teach you how to buy, sell business ops, get certified, plug into this network where your contacts can monetize, right? And we do build through education and training, committees and groups, right? If you look at workplace, you can network now with multifamily, retail, office, industrial, and we are growing them to build them stronger, better, with better systems, right? So I'm now going into the weeds to try to reorganize all groups and committees to make sure they're better serving and the programs that we are doing. So you are invited, if you want, just look at the eXp commercial calendar. So if you go www.expcommercial.com, you will see our calendar, right? You will see our events. Go through it and you can find out when we do events, so you can kind of plug in on the commercial side, go into Verbella and just sit there and learn and listen and ask questions. But we will be starting to add more to the realty side to get those that are interested to do it in realty, but in business op, you can only do it commercial, to help you transition, and especially if you have a rev share side on the realty, you join commercial, you can still do co-listing and commercial and just pay a referral fee back and forth, so we can get you to where you want to be. So Kevin, you can have your passion back and have fun.
Yes.
Right? Commercial, we're
Let's
a bunch
go.
of fun guys.
There you go. There you go.
And gals, right? We're a fun group.
Just like what Gene Frederick says, EXP is making real estate fun again.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right,
Appreciate it,
guys.
James.
So I'll move through this. Thanks, Kevin. So if you scan this and like it, and these are our events, scan this. This is where all the events are that we're going to do it, whether agent-led or corporate or virtual. This is where you go on through LinkedIn. We put it all on LinkedIn. You say you're going, you start inviting people, and then if they accept it, that's your drip campaign. Then you stay on top of them, right? Follow-up is the key. Please follow up if you're going to invite people. Otherwise, they come to the event. You could always ask, how was the event? Did you go? No, I didn't go. I'll go to the next one. That's what you do to create your database for these events. And if you look and do a little research, and I'll add our team to add code so you know what the events are, they're very industry specific. SIOR is the Society of Industrial Office Realtors. Yes, they call them realtors, but this is one of the oldest old school groups out there. I mean, if you're an SIOR, the minimum before to even join is 400,000 gross. So you know if you have an SIOR, they do 400,000 gross to get an SIOR. So that tells a lot. The IBBA conference is the business brokerage conference. ICSC was the international Institute of what is it, shopping centers back in the day, right? So, but they changed it now because retail has been hurt. Obviously, our shareholders, we always want to support, and we talked to Jen Van Berkeley of doing more commercial to educate people that are in realty that want to do commercial, and you're just going to see more and more. We hope in 2023 to have our own event. So please scan this also. Agent attraction, this is all in CRM, walking through. Oh, this is something you may want to know. At this time, this is the agents that are best easy attracted to the eXp system. Groups of 10 and under. They don't have economies of scale. They're siloed. They're paying too much. They want to be biggerly. They want to get connected. So that's why these teams of 10 and under want to join. You know, that's the perfect group. The middle class of the commercial agents that usually do, let's say, about 100 to 500,000 GCI. Perfect clientele. They get no love at the big companies because they're doing 50-50 split. They don't like it. The entrepreneurs, those that own property management, that want to add a brokerage company, those that are doing syndication, those are doing capital markets or finance. Those individuals want to plug in. Lawyers, CPAs that do real estate tax reassessments, tax advice, they love to plug in that have a real estate license. You don't know how many lawyers, CPAs I've been talking to that also have a real estate license that offer this as another service they want to plug in. And the rookies, this is a big one that want to learn commercial. We have our own accelerate training program, like what the big companies do. But because of our not our 50-50 split and 50-50 split again with the seniors, most commercial agents are ended up with like nothing. You make 100,000 gross, you get 20,000 maybe. Here, because most of our seniors cap at 20, and there's so many referrals, many of our junior brokers are much more successful and make it because of our cost structure, referral platform, and our senior agents not, getting very little. They get so much, most of them cap within the first deal or two, that they can be generous and help the new junior brokers join our company. This is the target market of who to go after. And when you build, it's not the 3 million GCI brokers, because they're going to say, where's my signing bonus? Where's my corner office?
Right.
How many assistants am I going to have? And this is what I tell them. We're not ready for you yet. Just wait. We're not ready. But just say, can I drip in front of you? Can I stand top of you? Because maybe one day we will be ready for you. But they're going to see the success of news that one day they will call you the buy question, and then we follow up and we close them.
Love it.
So, let me go through the QR code and everything, but this is also important, and everyone has this. Facts and resources. Take a picture of this. This is where you're going to get everything about commercial. All of the information, the links, everything.
Wow.
We are going to build it into a whole handbook, flow charts, who to go within the company so to best serve everyone. But this will allow you to digest and go through all the information so we can help you, right? Once you get a agent team group that has the buy question of, tell me more, we're interested, we want to talk to somebody higher up or whatever they want to say, we're ready to help you when they ask these buy questions. So hopefully everyone got the picture of this. And Pat, please share anything and everything with your team.
Yes, no, this is powerful. And then how do we get a copy of that slide deck? And where do we go get it?
It should be the FAQs with the links, because we update it all the time. And we are going to build a complete handbook from marketing, operations, everything. So it's going to make it easy for agents to understand commercial, understand the flow, where to go for everything. And really the big one for everyone is all our successes and news reports that we're pushing out. So you could then share within your local market. We're not, right? Like we've heard this at eXp before. Oh, you're a bunch of recruiters. You're not doing any deals. Well,
Right.
I'll just say this. We are producing, we are raking in commercial. The hardest thing about commercial agents is they don't want to recruit. All they want to do is produce. So
Yep.
my hardest thing with our producing commercial agents is share, because they're like, we don't need to share. We're making good money. We don't do
Right.
this.
Right.
So that's the hardest thing with commercial. We are all producers in commercial. My biggest challenge is to get them to share and recruit people.
That's right. That's right. Well, hey, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna help you go get some big commercial agents and show them how to recruit, so we can keep growing eXp commercial. Well, I definitely respect everybody's time. We got about 3 or 4 minutes or so. We'll let Jim go. I know he's a busy guy, but who's got any other questions for Jim? We got about 2 or 3
I
minutes.
just want to say, I see an eXp commercial member here, so I just have to say a shout out. I always love it. Thanks for showing our colors.
Love it. Love it. Who's got a question here? Let's see. Who was that?
Awesome. I actually have a question, Pat.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good.
Good to
Hey,
see you. Go
Jim.
ahead.
So, I definitely enjoyed hearing this presentation today. One of the first questions that I have for you is how to really get out there and market yourself to more than just your sphere of influence for commercial. Because we do have that portability and things like that. What is the best way to get that done as a commercial agent?
Thank you. And you know what?
And also meet other commercial agents.
Yes. Well, this is the best thing while we have our calendar. We are doing so many live events, whether it's at CCIM, SIOR, they all, depending on product type, have different local chapters, right? And we will be putting this down. So we sponsor all the big events. We are going to start breaking to regional and local. So that's a way you can network with live events. Everyone, build your LinkedIn account. And the one thing we learned from Realty is do podcasts, do other things to put yourself out there, even if it's not you doing it directly. And I've done this for many people, and Stephanie will do it, and many of us will do it. Interview our eXp commercial. Bring in somebody that you know that you can interview, right? And then when you want to go bigger, you use what your interviews and turning it into an ebook or a book. So I'm training and bringing marketing specialists to help people do podcasts, whether you want to do it on, as Glenn made fun of me once, on Clubhouse. He's like, oh, Jim, that was so 6 months ago. Glenn, he's always thinking so 10 steps ahead of us that, find a way to just do it. But when you do it, remember, consistency.
That's it.
You just want to do it consistent. Have it. If it's once a month, fine, once a month. If it's once a week, right? Consistency. And then you could turn this into an ebook, a presentation, best practices, and then you go and you just get out there. But mingling, building up your LinkedIn account and putting yourself out there to kind of the universe, interviewing or just talking, don't be afraid. No one's perfect in the beginning. One person, sometimes by that effort, you'll attract. I'll tell you, it's amazing. By just putting yourself out there, we all resonate with somebody. Somebody will feel like you and will reach out to you, right? And always put your contact information. And by just doing that and not worrying whatever haters or negativity, put yourself out there, good things will come.
That's right. Love it. And I know John had a question here about can someone put the link to the slide deck use here? Don't see it on the QR code. So Jim, so I scanned that, and then the growth resources is the eXp commercial presentation. Is that the slide deck that you were showing us?
It should be a slide deck, but let me put up another one.
That's it, Pat. That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you should have it, but we will, like I said, build it into a handbook presentation. And I think the leadership team will probably do this in Realty. We hope, right? A commercial, we're always doing very creative, innovative things that I think Realty kind of watches, go, wow, that's pretty cool. So,
Right.
they will kind of take some of our great ideas, and we're one company. And then even if you don't join eXp, by these trade groups, we all work together. It's a small world. That's why I love commercial. Everyone knows everyone. You've been in the business long enough. We're all friends with each other. We know the a-holes kind of things, and we avoid them. The no BS a-hole rule, right? A lot of us, I'm not as old, but I'm getting up there. And a lot of my friends I brought out of retirement to help me. And we all like that. As long as we stay away from people we don't like to work with and we collaborate and make it fun, I mean, that's what we're trying to build here at eXp Commercial, a great culture to do business with no limitations for anyone that wants to learn commercial.
Right. Love it, man. Jim, that was powerful. Great presentation, man. Thank you so much for your time. I know we're at the top of the hour. I definitely respect your time. I know you're traveling. Thanks so much for sharing all of this. This is powerful, and I'm ready to start attracting some bigger commercial agents. Right. I want to help you guys grow. I want to have fun because guys, these commercial agents, they're selling a ton of real estate out there. Definitely partner up with with a commercial agent if you guys want to do deals together until you learn it, until you're capable and you feel that you're able to do it on your own, whatever. But Jim, thanks so much. I love your energy. I love your passion, and I'm so glad that you're driving this driving this train for us. And I know you love to have fun, and you definitely deserve it. Have a good Friday, have a good weekend, guys. This is being recorded, and I'll get this out to you as soon as Ian gets it over to me. And hey, let's go help build the commercial division here at eXp together, and let's have some fun. So, Jim, thanks so much for everything, man. I appreciate it. I love your energy, and I love always being around you. So, have a great weekend, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did. It was a lot of great information, and let's go recruit some commercial agents. Thanks, Jim.